Before we begin this new year together, I want to share a story that I hope will bring some sweetness to this new year for all of us. There once was a little boy who wanted to meet God, or so the story goes. And he knew it was a long way to where God lived. And so he packed a suitcase filled with cupcakes, several cans of root beer, and he started out on his journey. When he had gone about 3 blocks, he saw an elderly woman. She was sitting on a park bench feeding the pigeons. The boy sat down next to her and opened his suitcase. He was about to take a drink from his root beer when he noticed that the lady next to him looked hungry, and so he offered her a cupcake. She gratefully accepted and smiled at him. Her smile was so wonderful that the little boy wanted to see that smile again. And so he offered her a cupcake. Once again, she smiled at him. The boy was delighted. They sat there all afternoon, feeding the pigeons, drinking root beer, and having cupcakes without saying a word. As it began to grow dark, the boy realized how late it was, and he knew that he needed to go home. He got up to leave, but before he had gone more than a few steps, he immediately turned around, went back to the old woman, and gave her a huge hug. She gave him the biggest smile he had ever seen. When the boy arrived home, his mother was surprised by the look of joy on his face. She asked, "What made you so happy today?" He replied, "I had lunch with God." Before his mother could respond, he added, "You know what? She had the most beautiful smile in the entire world." Meanwhile, the older woman, also radiant with joy, returned to her home. Her son was stunned by the look of peace on his mother's face. He asked, "Mother, what made you so happy today?" She replied, "I drank root beer and ate cupcakes with God today." And before her son could reply, she added, "You know, he's much younger than I expected." Too often, we underestimate the power of the most simple of gestures, a smile, an offer of a favor of some sort, some food perhaps, a listening ear, an honest compliment. Any one of them has the potential to turn a life around. We all know that despite the pandemic, we have the opportunity to do favors for lots of people with small acts of kindness. In this new year, especially once this variant and pandemic is fully behind us, may we have many opportunities to share a cupcake, drink some root beer, and give each other hugs. And may we see the face of God reflected back in those with whom we share our blessings. I look forward to seeing all of you who will be with us in person on these upcoming days of awe, and look forward to sharing services with those who will be watching from home. I'm wishing you all Shana Tova Tikatevu. May all of us merit to be inscribed for blessing in the book of life. Amen.